Today I'm reviewing Crack Barbarian. If you don't know who I am, I'm Nader, your go-to guy for supplement reviews. I mostly focus on strong pre-workouts. Today I have Crack Barbarian. This is a pre-workout coming from Dark Labs. If you don't already know, they have a huge lineup of crack pre-workouts, but they're not all the same. So I'm gonna break down the label for you, break down the ingredients, and then we'll dive into my experience and how it compares to the other crack pre-workouts. So the ingredients. So it starts off with citrulline, 6 grams, good for blood flow, good for vasodilation. Beta-alanine has a 3.2 gram dose in here. Get ready for the tingles. Harmless though, don't worry. Agmatine sulfate, a full gram, nice, good for pumps. Plays in synergy with citrulline malate as well. Then we have P, alpha GPC, and we have a group of stimulants. Eria Jarensis, 500 milligrams. Caffeine, 300 milligrams, DMHA, caffeine citrate, halostachine. There's a lot of stimulants in here. Then we have DMBA. This is a urgent type of stimulant. It's not like DMHA or DMAA, but it does have DMHA and DMBA. I don't want to get that wrong. Then we have hordenine, a nice stimulant to prolong the effects of the other stimulants, plays in synergy. Then we have an orange extract. It's like synfrine. It is synfrine basically. Black pepper extract to help you absorb all the ingredients. And finally, a little touch of alpha yohimbine at 1.75 milligrams. Alpha yo is in here, but don't worry, it's not as much as Herolean. Herolean has around 12 or 13 milligrams of yohimbine. But man, okay, let's get down to my experience. Now we got the ingredients out the way. This is a strong pre-workout, a very potent one to say the least. The highlight of this over the other crack pre-workouts is the urgency. I take it on an empty stomach like usual. Sometimes I'll have a protein shake, wait an hour, then take this. But mostly I always have an empty stomach when I take this. Let's get the flavor out the way. Tastes like cough medicine, tastes bad. But for me, I don't care about flavor. I get the pre-workouts for the effects, for the ingredients, and the performance boost. So in terms of experience wise, this kicks in about half an hour later after drinking it, and the energy is just hard hitting. There is urgency, there's jitters, there's anxiety, a little bit of everything, but it's not super high energy. It's urgent type of energy. I take this and there's like a physical energy going on, and I need to get to the gym. And it's very strong in that sense. The urgency just builds up and it gets to the point where it's too much, but at that point it doesn't go further than that, not as much as the other crack pre-workout, that's Crack Undead. I'll talk about I'll compare these pre-workouts, don't worry. Crack Barbarian though, I think it's perfect after a couple of times of using it because of the tolerance buildup, but the first few times it's just making me sometimes rethink my life decisions. It is that strong. The urgency is there. The buildup of energy is there. The urgency, it's just super, super top notch. Now, it goes without saying, more is not always better. You don't want to take this all the time. I mean, I don't, because I definitely don't want to build up the tolerance, because DMBA has a tolerance, has a reputation for building tolerance, and it doesn't really hit as hard if you keep using it. That being said, there is a tolerance buildup after I use this for about a week. It doesn't hit as hard, but still hits. And then I tend to take it every other few days, say 3 days I won't take it, then a day I'll take it, and then a couple more days I won't take it. That way the tolerance doesn't build up as fast, because DMBA really does build up quickly in terms of tolerance. But the first week of using this, it was overwhelming for me. I have taken all the pre-workouts in history you can imagine, except for Ultimate Orange, the original one. I have taken everything else in terms of strong pre-workouts. You name it, Craze, Crack OG, Crack Gold, Excelsior. Now, more is not always better. When you have such energy, it shouldn't be overwhelming. So I do have to take off a little bit from my score based on that, but This is the pre-workout you want to take, or I plan to take when I want to do really well in the gym. Not all the time, because it is really a strong, urgent type of pre-workout, and I can't say that enough. But the flavor, again, is terrible. I don't mind the flavor because I can drink bad pre-workouts and still enjoy it. Bad tasting. I mean, I've never really had anything that tastes so bad where I wanted to not drink it, but yeah, it tastes like cough medicine, and the energy is just numbing. The focus is there, the pumps are there, but the pumps are not the highlight. I think the urgency and the energy is. The pumps are okay, but that being said, I do like combining this with Sicario, with pump serum, pump from Transparent Labs, because these pump supplements have ingredients that this doesn't so much, so it really has a synergistic effect. So now is the perfect time to compare Crack Barbarian with Crack Undead. Okay, so these two, I don't want to say this, but it's basically the same thing. The ingredient profile is the same thing, except Crack Undead actually has a bit more DMBA and a bit more DMHA. Just 50 milligrams, 100 milligrams more for DMHA, and 50 milligrams more for the DMBA. But Crack Undead, like, imagine my experience with Crack Barbarian times a bit more with Crack Undead. Crack Undead was just so much overwhelming, like such an overwhelming experience. And of course the flavor isn't much better. I have sour gummy here and grape. They're both pretty bad, but I can drink it. I can handle it. Same ingredients, Crack Undead, just a tad stronger. So how's it compare to Crack Gold? Crack Gold is DMHA, DMAA type of pre-workout. It's much more higher energy, but not urgency. There's not much urgency as much as Crack Barbarian. Crack Gold is strong. It's high energy, and it's all over the place energy. I mean, it's not all over the place, but it's really high energy. Crack Barbarian is much more urgent type of energy, much more physical. This is much more mental. So how is Crack OG compared to Crack Barbarian? Crack OG is great for pumps, great energy. Crack Barbarian, great urgency. Again, just really high urgency and a little bit overwhelming in terms of energy, but Crack OG is perfect. I can almost use this as a daily driver type of pre-workout. It just has a nice profile of nitric oxide boosters and energy. Herolean, thermogenic fat burning powder, lots of yohimbine, so there is a little bit of cold sweats. You can check out my review video for these Crack pre-workouts, by the way. Herolean is very strong in terms of energy, but the urgency again wins with Crack Barbarian, but this has the effect of cold sweats because of the yohimbine, at least in my experience. Flame is like a mini version of Crack Barbarian. There's still a little bit of urgency with Flame, a little bit more urgency, and not a little bit more urgency, a little bit more motivation in that sense, but it's not overwhelming like Crack Barbarian. This is V2, by the way, Flame V2. Then Crack Reloaded. So the focus on Crack Reloaded is a very strong tunnel vision type of focus. It's just a nootropic stimulant type of pre-workout, but again, Crack Barbarian is much more urgent. So if you want something with urgent energy where you can use it once in a while, not every day, not every time you work out even, you want something that you can break your PRs with, then Crack Barbarian. But if you want something like a daily driver and you're okay with the DMAA, Crack OG. If you want something with high energy, but again, don't take it as like a daily driver type of pre-workout. It's a really special edition type of pre-workout. Crack Reloaded, a bit more of a daily driver, bit more daily driver friendly than Crack OG. Herolean, if you just want to burn fat. Crack Barbarian, the bottom line is, it's not for everyone. But maybe if I took half a scoop, I would have a better, a more nice experience, but a full scoop is what I was always taking. And the bottom line is urgency and high energy, and the flavors are good. I mean, the flavors are okay, but it's okay. All right, so hit the subscribe button if you want to see more videos like these, strong pre-workout reviews, other supplement reviews as well. And thank you so much for watching. Hit the like button. Have a good day, everyone.